Milo, is that you?
There, I think I got it. Yeah, is it Vince? Is Vince the old guy?
Vince the old guy. Matt's the kid.
Okay, I'm still working with Vince. He kept giving me modern, like hip haircuts.
All right.
Where shave down the side and leave it all on top.
All right. Yeah.
And it's like no.
See, with me, it's simple. Number 2 all over.
Yeah,
That's it. What do you want? Straight or natural back? I don't know. I don't look at it. Well,
yeah,
let's go
exactly.
Straight. All right, let's go natural. I don't give a shit.
I said I want a mullet. That's what I said. You can't say that word on the air.
Why not?
Because this is on the free channel.
What, a mullet?
No.
The other word. I'm sorry. Top shelf with the peanut butter.
Top shelf with the peanut butter. A minor leaguer gets his wings.
Minor leaguer gets his wings. And speaking of minor leaguers, the Marlies won their game tonight against the Hartford Wolfpack.
Wow, the Hartford Wolfpack. I don't think I've ever seen them. I bet you Kaylee goes to all their games.
I would imagine she might have been to a game or two down there.
I don't think she's ever been to a hockey game.
No?
No, I don't think so.
Huh.
We were or baseball. It's either hockey.
Well, you're
going to
go see the Hartford Yard Goats. I think she's been to the Yard Goats game before.
Yeah, I was just listening to Jim Lincoln's Kelly questions, and he didn't know what a yard goat was.
Oh, really?
He didn't know the Hartford Yard Goats existed, and he lives around there somewhere.
He's down in that neck of the woods, yeah.
With his Roush racing.
Well, he's over more Boston way.
With his Roush.
He works on the transit.
Oh yeah, right.
Boston.
Right. With his Roush racing Ford.
Metro. Yes.
With his Roush racing
Ford. With the anti-aircraft searchlights for headlights.
Does it?
Oh, he hates the real bright ones, so he had to get them just to be have real bright headlights.
What do you mean?
And they're I was
on his truck.
On his truck.
Okay.
On his truck, he's got the real bright headlights. I was coming home the other night in the fog and drizzle, and some idiot's coming at you with those stupid bright lights. You can't see a freaking thing. they're unbelievable.
Maybe the guy was sleeping. Maybe he just forgot. Maybe he just forgot. Could be he forgot. He forgot all about it or something. How does my mic sound?
Your mic sounds good.
Yeah, I'm debating about.
You keep twiddling with the gain.
I do. I keep twiddling with it because, the last one, the one that's in the spring training camp, it's got to be turned full crank, all the way up to the top. And
this one not so much.
This one not so much. And now I'm trying to get it right, and I'm trying to figure out if this is because your little bars on the thing go way up. My little bars don't go up so far.
Oh, really? But if you crank yours more, then you're overloading.
Yeah, then I'm overloading. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's get down to business. This is a very unusual.
Is this monkey business?
This is a very unusual.
No more monkey business or too much monkey business.
This is a very, very, very unusual recording. This is an intro.
Is it?
It's an intro to a show.
Okay.
I don't think we've ever done an intro to Kelly questions, unless, of course, we've had 2 Kelly questions back to back on the same show, I guess. But I don't think.
Well, you did string some together
for a while
before, and it's been a while since I listened to one of those. So I don't recall. So we may be boldly going where no podcast on the AML has gone before.
Right. I don't think we've ever done an introduction for an individual's Kelly questions.
Oh,
this is Kelly questions.
I feel greatly honored.
This is Kelly questions. Well, yeah, but you know why we're here, don't you? This is Kelly questions. This is Kelly questions, round number 68. And this particular episode of the Kelly questions features our very own Michelle Kempema.
Yes, the giggler. Michelle the giggler Kempema.
Yeah, the giggler. It's sort of like the Joker, only minor leagues. Minor
league.
Yeah.
She's like a double A Joker, the giggler.
Well, yeah. So instead of going around doing all the nasty, horrible stuff that the Joker does, she just goes around knocking over garbage cans and stuff. She's the giggler.
The giggler.
So I thought we should do a little intro to this one because I was listening to it on one of my driving trips, and I'm like, holy mackerel. It's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. I listened to it again at your request, and I've forgotten what an adventure it was from start to finish on that baby.
We love you, Michelle.
But there's a title for this one. When
what's the title?
Tarantulas, Birds, and Blood.
You know what it is?
You'll have to listen to the podcast to find out what that reference is.
Yeah. She, you know, the thing of it is, I notice it's like and then all of a sudden she'll spit out some story, and you're going, what?
Yeah.
What? What did you just say?
Yeah, she's going along, and then also, boop, it's like a dog seeing a squirrel. Let's go. Off she goes with the story, and okay.
And then she starts giggling.
Yep.
There's a lot of giggling. A lot of giggling.
She was on the Bud Light and Clamato juice, apparently. So.
Oh, was she?
But I heard that because she come down off the queso high when we talked to her before. So
I know she does. She shows up at a lot of Patreon Wednesday chats on our Patreon.
She quite often pops in for a little bit, and then she goes over. She's got that other Wednesday night podcast she's involved in quite often.
What podcast is that?
I forget what it is.
I don't think that one's going anymore.
Oh, maybe not. I don't know.
No. I think that one's.
That one is no longer. Okay,
no, that one's no longer. As is the store is no longer.
As is the sponsor. Yes.
Yeah, as is the sponsor and the store and
and
everything revolved around that.
Yes,
we don't want to name any names.
No,
Kevin Rubel. So, anyways, I just thought that you and I should kind of try to warn everybody.
There's two warnings we can put on this one. One, like you suggested, have a helmet on because you may be wanting to bang your head off something partway through it. Or my recommendation is make sure you have several adult beverages on hand. And every time Michelle giggles, take a shot.
Yeah. You won't be standing after a half an hour. And let's make it clear.
Half hour. I'd make it
10 minutes.
Well, okay, half hour. Yeah, 10 minutes.
Let's make it clear. Like, we enjoyed this. You and I both enjoyed it.
It was a great deal of fun having her on, and she was a blast. And a good sport. A good sport about it all. Yeah, she was very good. And then she just kind of, entertaining. I'm not going to tell anybody anymore because we want them to listen to it and form their own opinions. But what you're about to listen to, it is a lot of fun, folks.
Yeah, it is. It's Michelle Kempema at her best. How about that?
That's good. Yes,
I like
the best
that.
Of Michelle.
Yeah, it's a Michelle Kempema at her best, and it just was
like
it was like when I was listening, because I knew we would do an introduction, and I knew you probably wouldn't remember most of it, and I'm thinking, I better send this to Bruce before we do the introduction. And at first I thought to myself, I think we need to do a little bit of an introduction with this one, just because. And then I thought, I better send it to Bruce first so he can listen to it again before we do the introduction. It's hard to describe. There's a lot of erasers involved.
There's a lot of erasers involved, a skid or two erasers, if I recall.
Yeah, a lot of scribbling on the score sheet. There was, we were getting dangerously close to having to go to another pad of score sheets. Yeah, exactly. A lot of me saying, could you say that a little faster? A lot of things she said really fast. And a lot of things
she's a quick talker.
Yeah, and things just kind of come out, and you're going, what? Wait a minute, back up
the bus. What's this about spiders and stuff? Yeah. As you'll find out when you listen.
All right, that's it. So, anyways, that's what we're doing. We're just giving everybody
a heads up.
Yeah, it's not fair warning.
Fasten those seatbelts, pull the buckles down tight, and get ready for a ride.
Yeah. Like the next Kelly questions after this will be Jim Lincoln, and they're a lot of fun too because I do those with Kaylee, and I think you're involved in that one too, and they're a lot of fun too. But Jim didn't giggle at all.
No, Jim wasn't a giggler.
No, Jim wasn't a giggler. A lot of good answers. Michelle's answers were good.
There's some points where, as the viewers are going to find out, I'm not going to say more, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
I think maybe the best way to describe it is, I think I spent a lot of time with a furrowed brow, going, what? What was that?
Yeah.
What was that? All right. So, anyways, it's Michelle Kempema, who is the I guess she's the kind of like the curator of the Colorado Model Railroad Museum
in Greeley,
Colorado. And she's
she curator or director? I forget what
director.
It is.
I guess it's called the museum, isn't it?
It is the museum. It's the Colorado Model Railroad Museum.
Yeah, and it's a fabulous place. It's an absolutely fabulous place. And Michelle does a fabulous job of running it. She is doing the hobby a huge favor by being involved with it. Not everybody thinks that, but I think that. She's an asset to the hobby. Take it away, Bruce.
Subway chimes, go.
Hey, Bruce.
Hey, Lionel.
Hey, Bruce. What's happening, man?
Man, I'm coming down off the case of high. It's like wow, man.
You're not breaking the Jacobs rule, are you?
No, it's like I was done like 6 hours ago, but it was like real good stuff, man.
It's the rule of Jacobs.
It's the rule of Jacobs. That's what that is. Queso. 6 hours worth it out.
Quick question. Do you think this is the first podcast since the last podcast?
What's on the whiteboard across right from you in the office here in the studio? This is the first broadcast since the last one, right?
Right, exactly. Except in case the last one was.
Oh yeah, because in case the last one was scheduled differently or something.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way: it's a good shot.
Yeah, exactly. In case the last one.
It's a good shot that it is, but it may have been preempted. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. All right. So I remember a long, long time ago. We talked.
When the earth was green, there's more kind of animals you've never seen?
Yeah, when the earth was green and there's more kind of animals than you'd ever seen. We talked to Michelle Kempema.
We did.
And because she's the, I don't even know what she is. She's in charge of the Colorado Model Railroad Museum.
Yes.
She's, I don't think she, I was going to ask her back then.
Program director?
No, she's hired. Now she's in charge. She runs the whole darn thing.
No, boss.
Yeah, she's the boss. That's what she is. So anyways, when we were talking to her, I had this thought in the back of my head.
Yeah.
That she might be a perfect candidate for the Kelly questions.
Oh, very good thought.
Yeah.
Now here's a question for you along that line. Would she be the first woman to do the Kelly questions?
I believe you're right. No.
I don't think.
No,
Kaylee. Kaylee's done them. Has Tracy done them?
No, Tracy has not done them.
Okay.
Tracy.
So Michelle will be number 2.
Michelle will be number 2 as far as anybody from the female persuasion doing these questions.
Excellent.
Yeah, so it ought to be pretty exciting. I got to feel. And also, do you remember? I don't know if you remember this or not, but she's kind of a giggler.
I do recall that she's a little on the giggly side. Yes.
Yeah. So I got a feeling that this would probably be some down home fun.
I'm sure you are correct.
All right. See if she's still in the green room after all.
Okay. Hang on. Let me go take a look. Michelle. Oh, there you are. Come on out. You didn't need the green shrimp. You didn't need the green shrimp, did you?
I thought about it. I really did. But
yeah, I thought they were.
Luckily, I chose low.
Yeah, I chose low. You know what? And which reminds me, we're hungry for knowledge and shrimp. That's the motto. That's the motto of the AML network. We are hungry for knowledge and shrimp.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Yeah. So, remember a long time ago when you were with us?
Yeah.
And
quite a long time.
Quite a long time ago. And we have this series of Kelly questions, which is why we locked you in the green room rather than let you go back.
Okay.
And so it's a series of So what is your official title at the Colorado Model Railroad Museum?
I am the executive director.
See, I don't think we would have ever guessed that, Bruce.
No, I was kind of close with boss, but
yeah. Hey, you know what these are?
Sounds like Cheetos.
Smarties.
Smarties, yes, but not the right kind. But that's okay.
They're Smarties, but not those Smarties.
Yeah, they're Smarties, but not those Smarties. So, anyways, Michelle, we have this series of hard-hitting questions that will let the world know a lot about your interests in model railroading and railroading in general.
Okay. I'm a little scared, but okay.
Are you a
let's do
little
it.
scared?
Oh, they're easy.
Yeah. Well, if it makes you feel any
Okay.
better, if it makes you feel any better, I too am a little scared. So
Okay. All right.
I'm terrified. That's probably a better way to put it. Which do you prefer, steam or diesel?
Steam.
Any particular reason?
Because I do so much with the UP Steam program. I love the 844 and the Big Boy. I love Steam, and I love the Rio Grande. I live in Colorado. Everything is Steam, so I'm a Steam fan for sure.
And were you born and raised in Colorado?
I was born and raised in the Panhandle of Nebraska.
Oh, really?
And I moved to Colorado in high school, so I feel like Colorado is really my home.
Okay.
Been here longer.
Did your dad have a job or something, or parents?
Yeah, my dad sold farm equipment, and he sold center pivot irrigation systems in Nebraska. And we moved to Colorado so he could sell potato harvester chain.
Yeah, I remember there was a big rush on center pivot irrigation systems. Bruce, remember that back in the 80s?
Oh, yes.
And then what did he go on to sell? Potato what?
He actually helped revolutionize potato harvesting in America. He kind of created belt chain, which took the place of hook chain, which it's a long story, but he did a lot of innovative stuff for harvesting potatoes and other ag stuff like that.
Oddly enough,
I'm kind of a farm girl.
Okay. Oddly enough, when you were saying all that, I was thinking to myself, this sounds like a long story.
Yep, we won't go there.
What's your favorite prototype railroad?
I'm so torn on this question. So current prototype railroad would be Union Pacific.
So what's your favorite prototype railroad?
I got to get a bigger eraser.
Yeah. It's a pretty straightforward question.
But I also like Great Western. I love the Great Western of Colorado.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm a mess.
Do you have an extra one there, Bruce? Look in the drawer there, would you?
Yeah, you know those big giant ones that are about 6 inches by 4 inches? I'll get a couple of those.
Yeah, would you please? Okay. What is your favorite prototype railroad?
Well, okay. Okay, it's Colorado Model Railroad Museum. I'll go with that answer.
Yeah, that's that's the key word there is model.
Yes, and I know
that question comes later.
Yeah, we'll get to that question. We'll get to that question, Michelle.
Okay, all right, sorry.
So what is your favorite? You don't understand prototype means full size, right?
What's your favorite real railroad? How about that?
Union Pacific.
There we go.
There we go. Was that tough?
Well, I named real railroads. They just don't exist now.
Well, that's okay. Yeah. It doesn't have to matter. It doesn't have to be a current one that currently exists. It's just
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was talking about the real railroad. So.
Okay, we're talking about them too. How much time do you have, Bruce?
I can conclude the next few hours, and we need it.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah, I think we might be here a while.
Yeah. This might go extra innings.
Yeah. This one's going to be, somebody's going to win this one with a bomb to deep left center. If you were rail fanning, would you rather photograph the trains or ride on them?
Ride on them.
Okay. Any particular reason?
I love to ride on trains.
Well, that's good.
I love it.
Good. Can you put your finger on why?
Oh, there's so many reasons why. And I love being outside on the train. Like, I'm the person who's going to be in the open air car or in, the space between the cars. I'm sure there's a name for that. But yeah, I just love being on the train and watching the scenery go by. Okay. I loved Acela from Boston to Philadelphia because the scenery was cool.
The Acela, how long did that take you?
5.5 hours.
Yeah, I really want to do that run ride from Baltimore to Boston.
I saw Connecticut and Rhode Island. I'd never been there. It was cool.
Okay. Yeah, I think that would be a cool ride. And was the train busy?
Yes. Actually, by the time we got to Philly, it was packed. It was quiet in Boston.
All right.
But I was in a quiet car. You can't talk in there. So.
Oh, do they have those where you're not allowed to talk?
Yeah, they do.
I don't get that. They have that on our local commuter train, and I don't understand. One day I was riding a local commuter train, and I was trying to get my phone going, so I could play it in my wireless headphones. And I'm not a technical guy, and I'm like, so I accidentally turn on my phone before I've got it hooked up to my Bluetooth headphones, And the woman goes, "This is a quiet car, you know." And I'm like, "Okay, I got it, lady." If you could time travel, what era would you go to?
Oh, tough one. I'm a child of the 80s, so I kind of loved them. Kind of loved the 80s.
All right. Are you a big disco fan, are you?
No, like late 80s. More like, like Ghostbusters and Back to the Future and like that era. I'm like that 80s kid, like late 80s.
All right. Hello, McFly.
Yeah,
there you go. What was your? Oh, this is a tough question for you. And this will be an interesting answer. What was your first model train?
Oh, this is actually kind of funny. It was a Great Northern. It was N scale, and I bought it when I was 18 years old.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when I was in college, I actually had an N scale layout.
Okay, how come? What made you?
Because I got married and he was a modeler.
Oh, really?
But I'm the one who bought the trains. I would pick them out, and you know why I picked Great Northern? I love the color. Like it was beautiful green. So
you love the what?
I didn't have a clue about the color of the locomotive.
Oh, okay.
That's why I picked it.
Okay, and so you married a model railroader.
I did. And then he actually went on to work for the Rail Railroads, the Association of American Railroads. So I know a lot about the rail trains and the test center and stuff. And then I divorced him.
You know a lot about the rail trains and the test center?
Yeah, there's a test center outside of Pueblo, Colorado, and that's where my ex, he still works there. But yeah, he had the electronic brake systems.
Neat.
The ECP braking project. And then he did positive train control. So I kind of know a lot about those. But
okay. Tell us something. No,
no, you don't want to take that kind of time.
Yeah. Man, you know what it feels like to me, Bruce? Michelle is awesome, and I'm looking forward to being Michelle's pal forever.
Oh my God, I thought you were going to say weird. I was ready for that.
No, I don't think so.
No, you guys are awesome too. Thank you.
Yeah. Do you have a? Well, fortunately, later on, you're going to get to pick a favorite, so that's good.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah.
Where's that pressure song you were talking about earlier?
But man, she talks like, positive train control, test center. And I'm like, I cannot, Michelle, you got to understand, like, I am just not the smartest guy you're ever going to meet in the world. So
Can I summarize for you then?
Yeah, could you?
The Association of American Railroads has a big test center at Pueblo. It's like a big giant loop of track, and they run trains up and down and all around, checking various and sundry bits of hardware, locomotives, cars, brakes, and everything like that. And they use all that data to make trains safer.
Okay. I wonder if we could find that we could direct, if there was something about that on the, is it the FRA? Is it their test center?
No. It's actually a nonprofit now. It's run by the Association of American Railroads.
Okay.
But they do test like Japanese high-speed trains there. They have 60 square miles of land kind of north of Pueblo. It's a pretty cool place. It was top secret during like the 60s and stuff. It's interesting. And you still can't just go out there, but it's pretty neat.
Yeah, and how did he end up getting a job there? No, or do you mind talking about your ex?
It's fine.
Do you mind talking about the guy you gave the old heave-ho to?
I did give him the heave-ho. But anyway.
Well, we are in your most recent interview, we heard about a story about you tossed the guy out on his ear. That came to
I guess
the
I'm good at it.
Yeah.
No, he got the job right out of college because he was an electrical engineer, and the first project he did was the electronic, the ECP brakes, electronic controlled braking system. Okay. And they have a lab where they have 100 cars worth of air brakes lined up next to each other. So if you can picture this room, like the workspace has a glass window to the room where these air brakes are just pipes, just are the tubes. And so they'd pull the handle and you hear them click, 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 click. The old way when they're using the air, and then the ECP, they pull it and it's click, So does that help you visualize it?
The ECP. ECP, Bruce. She said that really fast.
ECP.
I don't know. What is it? I don't know what the P. What is the P for it?
We don't know. You're the one. You're the one saying it.
I don't know. That's what they called it. That's all he ever called it. So
all right.
He also did a project that was really interesting for maybe real people. They used to have 6 detectors on a bearing system to kind of figure out if bearings were wearing out. he used a sonar method, which they patented at TTCI, to use two sensors and use sonar to listen to the bearing. And so it dropped a whole lot of expense off of creating new railcar bearings, the bearing system on the wheel set. So that was his second project.
So is this guy just basically a genius, and you just...
Yeah, it's too bad he wasn't nice, but yeah, he's really smart. Sorry, did I say that out loud? Anyway, but yeah, he was very smart. And then he was also the one of the key people on the positive train control. I remember in the 90s when they were talking about that, we went to Washington, D.C. to get like the satellite clearance to start working on PTC. And I was still married to him then. So.
Okay. How long were you married to this loser?
14 years.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
But I did have two beautiful daughters. And they're both in college now. One's a mechanical engineer and one's studying Spanish.
You had two, your internet's cutting in and out a little bit, which is making it a bit hard. Oh. So you had two beautiful daughters?
Yes, we had two beautiful girls. And they're in college. They're going to the University of Colorado. And my oldest is studying mechanical engineering. And my youngest is studying Spanish. So you can guess which one follows me more than... Just kidding. I actually studied engineering in college, too. So.
Oh, did you really?
I did. I was studying aerospace engineering when I met him.
Wow.
So.
Holy mackerel. Did you finish that up, or?
No, I quit to put him through graduate school, and then was planning to go back to school, but then we moved to Pueblo because he got that job, and I never went back to school till the divorce. Then I got a business degree on my own as a single mom.
Why did you change the business?
Oh my God. Could you imagine doing engineering, working full time with two kids? And
all right.
There's no way I was going to get through differential equations.
No way.
It was tough enough when I did it and I was single.
All right. No way she was going to get through what, Bruce?
Differential equations. It's
Explain
calculus.
that one, Bruce. Different.
In engineering, they throw calculus at you, which is advanced math designed to drive you stupid, and nobody ever uses it ever again except I think electrical engineers.
All right.
And,
exactly.
and
maybe some aerospace guys, but yeah.
Differential equations. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So if anybody wants to go to the Association of America, I think when she was on Queso, it was a little easier to understand her. Now I think she's drinking a lot of Coke or something. The caffeine.
Drinking it. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you drinking?
Sorry. A chelada.
A chelada.
Yeah, I like them.
What is a chelada?
It's a Bud Light with Clamato in it. It's a red beer.
Oh.
That's
so basically we've gone from Mexican to chelada.
It's a Mexican drink. It's what you drink with Mexican food.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think we'll have to add that to the rule of Jacobs. No cheladas.
Yeah, you probably should.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay. As long as you don't cut out the other stuff we drink.
No, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't supposed to say it out loud.
Okay, so the American Association of Railroads is pretty simple. You go to aar.org. Do you know what org stands for, Michelle?
Yes, that would be organization, meaning it's a nonprofit, like our museum. We're cmrm.org.
That was close. It's organized.
Organized.
Oh, yeah, okay. It means they're very organized.
But if you want to go right, if you want to go right to the if you want to go right to the test center, it's aar.com.
Okay, there you go. aar.com.
And it's the Transfer Technology Center, Inc.
All right. Got it. Perfect. We've learned something tonight. Okay, this is a good one for you. If you were going to use cereal to simulate an open load in a scale hopper car, what kind of cereal would it be?
Well, I wouldn't use Cheerios because they would look like weird tires. So that's out. I don't know. I guess, I'd have to go with Rice Krispies. Could be anything. Yeah.
Right.
Could be like sugar beets or something like that. Yeah.
You know what?
Sugar beets are perfect. That's what I grew up harvesting. So
yeah, I bet
I
you
like
did.
that. In Nebraska.
Bruce, this is interesting. We've asked that question twice, and both people immediately said we can't use Cheerios because. Yeah. So that's going to be interesting to follow that pattern.
Yes.
Yeah. And I hadn't heard that before, so I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't cheat.
You hadn't heard that question before. Okay. What's your favorite model rail? Have you cheated on some of the other questions?
No.
Okay.
Not so far.
All right. Okay. What's your favorite model railroad scale?
That's a hard one because I like so many for different reasons. I'll just say HO though, because that's what I would.
Okay. Sort of a late save, but not bad.
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
The deduction will be minimal.
Yeah, minimal. True or false? Is N scale dead?
No, false.
All right, cool. We're not getting a lot of mileage.
Wait, you didn't ask the question right to be a true or false.
Okay. I didn't ask.
Know.
That's an interesting twist we've ever had. I didn't ask the question
You
right.
should have said N scale is dead.
True or false is N scale dead.
Yeah, and what should I have said, Michelle?
You should have said N scale is dead. True or false? What you said is N scale dead, and then I'm confused about how to answer it.
No, I said true or false is N scale. Do you want to roll the tape back on that, Lena?
Mm-hmm.
No, okay.
All right, well, let's try it again.
Sorry.
Let's try it again. Is N scale dead? True or false?
It's false. It's not.
Okay. All right. Cool.
True or false, badgered host.
How many? Yeah, badgered host. What's your? Okay, this might be. If she struggles with this one, then we really got a problem going forward.
Okay.
What is your favorite model railroad?
The Colorado Model Railroad Museum's layout. Oregon, California, and Eastern Railroad.
Okay.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. It's just pretty much like that. Okay. Who is the most influential model railroader for you? Or let me put it this. Who was or is the most influential model railroader for you?
Steve Palmer. And you probably don't know him, but he's a volunteer at the museum.
Okay.
And he's taught me more about modeling than anybody.
Okay. That's good then. Steve Palmer. Yeah. And does he have his own layout or?
He is our scenery manager.
Okay. So he's the lead on scenery.
And he's the railroad manager. He's over all of it too. He's the guy who helped Dave build it.
Right. And how did Andy get involved in this? We were asking you about is it Andy or Steve?
Randy.
Randy.
Steve,
is it Randy?
His brother Randy. Yeah, they're brothers, Steve and Randy.
Oh, okay. So Steve and Randy. So so what you're saying here tonight on the Kelly questions is you like Steve better than Randy.
Oh my God, no. But you said he's most influential in my modeling.
Oh, okay.
You got to be specific here.
All right, I'm just trying to clear that up. Select one of the following as your favorite: bench work, track work, scenery, or electrical.
Scenery.
All right, cool.
Easy.
Now she's picking up speed now.
It's interesting you said it's easy because a lot of people fear doing scenery for whatever reason. They think they're going to screw it up, but you really can't.
You really can't screw up scenery.
I'm going to screw all that other stuff up is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So.
Our buddy Chris Adams, who struggles greatly with scenery, but is very good at it and doesn't realize it. And he's always in much angst about doing his scenery. Buddy, Chris, you're doing a great job, buddy. Just keep it up. He's also he's a regular contributor to the Modeler's Life. He is a Patreon member, and we are convinced that in his former life he was a male model for the Sears catalog. You know those guys. Ooh. You know those guys that stand just with underwear on and a pair of socks, and they look off to the left, off to the side, and they're they got their hands on their hips.
I could see that. I got to meet Chris in Amherst, so
and you can see that. So there you go.
Yeah,
absolutely. Boom. And also, we found out that he likes to model sweater vests.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Here we go. Where do you buy most of your model railroad supplies?
It depends on what kind of supply, but yeah, I don't know. I haven't really bought that much for me. Train shows. I buy more at train shows than anywhere else. Does that count?
I don't know. Does that count, Bruce? She says at train shows.
Yeah.
Well, that's where she buys them.
And I buy stuff.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's an acceptable answer.
I'm such a visual touchy person. I like to touch it before I buy it, and I can do that there.
So. Okay, cool. If you could give somebody starting out in the hobby just one item and cost was no object, what would it be?
It would be a locomotive.
Okay.
But I'd want to know what their favorite railroad was, because it would be that. It would be some locomotive that they've interacted with in their lifetime, so that it would have meaning.
Okay. All right. That's a good answer. That's an acceptable answer.
Okay.
What is your favorite train event of the year, model or prototype, or we can substitute model or real trains?
It's the Narcoa run on the Rio Grande Railroad from South Fork, Colorado to Creede, Colorado.
Could you say that a little faster?
I tried to say it slow.
The Narco.
It's Narcoa, the North American
Narcoa.
Railcar Owners, meaning I have a speeder, a motor car, and we take it with Narcoa on an official Narcoa run, which means it's insured, and we run the South Fork line of the Rio Grande Western Railroad every May.
Wow. And how long,
Nice.
how far, and what kind of speeder do you have?
We have a Fairmont motor car. It's M, and I'm going to forget this or get it wrong. I think 15. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
It's cute. It's blue. I love it.
Oh, it's cute.
It's adorable. We painted it to match the museum railroad, actually. It went through the flood of 2013. Colorado had a bad flood, and that speeder was yellow, and it went completely underwater. And when we rebuilt it, we made it match the railroad. So it's blue, like the Oceanie.
Okay. Who rebuilt it?
A volunteer named Al Rohde and my husband.
Okay, cool.
My current husband. I'm remarried to a wonderful guy. So.
Oh, your current husband.
Yes, we should clarify that.
Well,
so I've been remarried for 10 years.
okay. When you say current, does that mean there's like a chance there'll be another one?
No, we are done. We're done. We're good. I'm happy.
Yeah. Because, I mean, if there's anything that we need to tell the guy, we might as well tell him now.
Yeah, we should get it over with.
Well, what's this guy's name?
This is Keith Kempema. That's how I got this last name.
All right. Now, how did you meet Keith?
I met Keith at a Texas Roadhouse at the bar. And he was flipping me off the first time I saw him.
He was flipping you off.
Yeah, because I was with a friend named a girlfriend. We were having dinner, and this guy came over and was talking to us, and he knew the guy. But I looked across the bar, and I'm like, that dude over there is flipping us off. And her friend says, oh, that's just Keith. He's always like that. And then I ended up marrying him.
So there you go. It all worked out. It all worked out. Perfect.
Meaning he has a great sense of humor, and he makes me laugh every day. And I think that's why we're so happy.
Perfect. That's excellent. That's excellent. Let's move along here. Enough about Keith. Although he sounds like a great guy.
Yeah, he's funny.
There you go. There you go. What are your daughters' names?
Lindsay and Anna.
Oh, okay. Hey, Lindsay. Hey, Anna. How are you? Not that they'll ever be listening to this. But you never know. They might. You might say,
you never know.
You might say, hey, listen to this. Okay.
Anna likes trains. Lindsay will probably never listen. Anna actually loves the museum. She has
really?
lots of volunteer hours in there. Yeah.
And was she the Spanish or the...
Yeah, she's studying Spanish so she can travel the world as a tour guide, and then she'll come back and teach. That's her plan.
Oh, cool. That's a good plan.
I'm just glad she has a plan. It's
exactly. Maybe she could talk to my son and he could get a plan.
Yeah.
Although my son is a great guy, super guy, and he's my drinking buddy now.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it is. It's very nice. Do you prefer regular beer or light beer?
Light beer.
All right. And what's in your Chihuahua?
It's Bud Light and Chelada. It's a Bud Light Clamato mix. Yeah, right. I'm kind of a Bud Light girl. I don't know.
All right. And how many cases of that can you put away in a day?
Yeah, I'm not a huge drinker.
I'm not a huge drinker, but she just happens to have one going now. I'll
drink like this one Chelada because we had burritos for dinner, so I had started it. So. Yeah. I like margaritas, but I'm a one margarita limit.
Yeah, I bet.
And there you go.
Yeah, 1 or 5.
Depends on if I'm at sea level or altitude.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There's too much information, but okay. So I bet you she likes Bruce.
You didn't know that? Like, you cannot drink in Colorado because you're at altitude and it'll affect you instantly. When I'm at sea level, I can have 5 beers.
And oddly enough, every weekend she travels to sea level so she can.
Yeah.
Are you still there, Bruce?
I am.
All right. Okay.
Because I remember drinking in Colorado, but that was back when we were on a couple of university field trips. So excess consumption may or may not have occurred. So,
and my problem right now is hard part's been on at me that you have a beer and you have a water and you have a beer and you have a water.
Well, hard part's old.
Yeah. That's the healthy way to be.
I don't see that ever happening with me. Too confusing. Let's just have the beer or 5 or whatever we're doing. Yeah, forget the water. I'm not counting water. I'm sorry, hard part. It's not happening, buddy. Let's keep going here. Do you prefer salty or sweet?
Salty.
Dogs or cats?
Cats.
Do you have one?
I have 2.
Okay.
I have 2 dogs too, so I like them both. But...
Wow. She has 2 dogs and 2 cats, but she's made it pretty plain here today, Bruce, that it's the cats that she prefers.
But my Chihuahua loves me. Like, he adopted me. So we adopted him and he adopted me. So I have a Chihuahua.
You have it. Your Chihuahua loves you, but you don't love him so much.
Well, I didn't grow up having dogs, so it's kind of a new experience for me to have a dog.
Was he a rescue dog?
I'm learning. Yeah, we rescued him from my nephew who was moving and couldn't take him.
Oh, okay.
So we sort of ended up with a Chihuahua.
Is it a Chihuahua or a Chihuhu?
Well, it's a something because he's like a giant Chihuahua. We think he might be like half Italian Greyhound. He's super soft.
A giant Chihuahua. She has a giant Chihuahua.
I'm having
Tiki. So.
A giant Chihuahua. Well, okay. What are your pets' names? And if your cats are named Muffin or Princess, I don't want to hear it.
Oh no, my cats are awesome. So we have a boxer named Gunner, and that's my husband's dog. And we have Tiki, the Chihuahua that loves me. And then our cats, we got a black and white one and a yellow and white one, and they were supposed to be girls. We rescued them from a farm, and we named them Mischief and Mayhem, Missy and May. And I took him to the vet the next week, and he's like, "These are boys." so we're like, okay. So I came home, and the black and white one, he was kind of strange, a little bit, I don't know, off. So we had just watched The Penguins of Madagascar, the movie. So he got named Rico after the penguin. And then the yellow and white one, we couldn't figure out any name, so he became Kowalski. So we have Rico and Kowalski.
All right. But they used to be Mischief and Mayhem.
Yeah, that was pretty good, huh? I was pretty proud of those names.
Yeah, exactly. Do you prefer Coke or Pepsi?
Diet Coke.
All right. What are your favorite hot dog condiments?
I like a Chicago dog.
Okay.
Better than any other with the celery, salt, and tomatoes and pickles.
So what is on this hot dog, the condiments?
Okay, so it's got mustard and celery salt and pepperoncinis and cucumber and tomatoes.
Okay.
Pickles. Sometimes I make them different. All that stuff.
All right.
I don't put ketchup. Don't worry.
All right. Okay.
It's okay.
All right.
Although my hamburger has ketchup on it.
Well, that's
and
hamburger.
My fries.
Absolutely, hamburgers, fries, whatever. It's just hot dogs. Have you ever been bungee jumping?
No, I have not done that.
All right. If you were a beer can, what size would you be?
Well, I'd like to be like the 8 ounce, but I'm probably a 16.
Would you like a Smartie?
Yeah, I would.
There you go. She's a 16 ounce, but she doesn't like to drink. Yeah, without a funnel. How many pairs of shoes do you own?
Oh, I'm so terrible at being a girl. I probably only own 10 pairs of shoes, tops. And that's like sandals and boots. And I'm really not, I kind of fail at being a girly girl. So.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I'm not a girl with a closet full of shoes.
Okay, well, not all girls have a closet full of shoes. Some do.
And my shirts are all the same. I like find a shirt I like and I buy every color.
Okay.
So I'm that girl.
All right. Okay, this is a good question. Bruce, this might be a good question for her.
Okay.
It's the middle of the night and you're sound asleep in your house and the smoke alarm goes off. Now, it turns out that your house is actually on fire. Fortunately, it's very little damage, but of course, the smoke alarm's gone out and you have to get out of the house. So you grab your sweatpants, you pull on your sweatpants, and you grab a T-shirt to run outside into the street. And what T-shirt do you grab?
Oh, I'm totally grabbing my Modeler's Life T-shirt because it's got cool paint on it.
Is that so tough? Bruce, is that so tough?
That one, she's like the first one who snapped that answer out.
Yeah, she snapped that right out of there with like, oh, I'm totally grabbing my Modeler's Life T-shirt. I don't understand why that question is difficult for other people.
I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
And honestly, I probably could grab it because it's like right there. I mean, like it's in the front of the t-shirt.
Oh no, you don't need to justify. You give them your
It'd be
answer.
easy to grab.
Yeah,
I
we're
probably-
happy.
I literally would probably grab it. So
There
there you go.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. That seemed very easy to me. What's your favorite kind of pie?
I don't like pie. I love the filling. I hate the crust. So probably key lime, and I'll just eat the lime part.
Ooh,
Yeah, key lime pie is good.
you land with swell trades.
Yeah. What is your favorite Bobby Goldsboro song?
Oh, I should know this because I saw when you guys talked about this, but I'm not going to really answer to that because born in '72. Sorry.
Cool. What's your favorite Bobby Goldsboro song?
The song by Bobby Goldsboro.
Okay.
That one. That one.
It's Honey.
Honey. Okay.
It was the Grammy Award Song of the Year in 1968. And it also won the Country Music Association Award of the year, Single of the Year in 1968.
Okay.
So it's see the tree, how big it's grown. It really hasn't been that long. Da 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 da. So
I do know the song. I do know it. I just didn't remember what it's called.
Exactly. If you were a superhero, what sort of powers would you have?
I'd be Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Whatever. Yeah.
And what
That's always been my favorite.
Okay, but that's great. I'm happy.
I want the freaking lasso of truth. How fun would that be to have?
The lasso of truth?
Yeah, when she puts that lasso around someone, they cannot lie. I mean, how fun would that be to have that?
That's a great answer. That would have been your answer. What if you were a superhero? What sort of? Let's try it again. Let's pretend
Okay,
that was.
fine.
Let's pretend we were rehearsing. If you were a superhero, what sort of powers would you have?
Okay, I would be able to discern truth from lies. How about that? I would have super strength. I would want super strength because that could be helpful. There you go.
Oh, God.
I'm totally missing the point.
Do you want me to grab you another eraser, Lionel?
Yeah. Just put the box out here, would you?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Oh,
we'll get the electric machine out.
We'll have to get another skid of erasers.
Yeah, no kidding.
So you had a great answer. The lasso of truth.
Yes.
That would have been your superpower. So the question is, if you're a superhero, what sort of powers would you have? And your answer was the lasso of truth.
Yes, that was my answer. But then I felt like you wanted me to choose something else.
No, you said
pressure.
No, you said Wonder Woman. Then you said the lasso of truth.
Okay. Well, because I love that she had that. So
okay, she
sorry.
had that.
The lasso of truth.
All right.
That's my final answer.
All right. What do you think your costume would look like?
When I was a kid, I had Wonder Woman underoos. They were awesome. Do you know what that is?
No. Why not? No.
I'm a child of the 80s. It was cool. Like we got underwear and like little tank tops that were all Wonder Woman. I always had Wonder Woman under my clothes.
Oh, okay. Cool.
As a child. So yeah.
What did you call them? Under you?
Underoos was the official product name.
Oh, okay. I got a question for you.
Okay.
Why don't superheroes have pockets?
That's a really good question. Because like, where would they keep their stuff?
That's why they have
Especially the
sidekicks.
girl costumes. Seriously, if I were a superhero, I would not wear like the skimpy stuff. Because seriously, I need a pocket.
Yeah,
that's why they have sidekicks.
I agree.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing you always got to ask yourself is why did like Superman and Batman wear their underwear on the outside of their outfit?
Yeah, true.
No.
Ooh, that was the first underoos, maybe.
Oh, there you go. And they put them on wrong.
They must own stock in the company.
Yeah. Here's a question, Bruce. I'm really not sure how this is going to go.
Oh, we'll find out.
This one could go all over the place. This one could be a long drive. Have you ever had a brush with the law?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Actually,
again, quick to answer on that one.
Yeah, very quick to answer. What happened?
Well, which time? I've never been arrested.
Well, that's a start.
So we'll put it that way. But yeah, there have been a few times that I've talked my way out of certain things.
All right. What was the most exciting time you talked your way out of something?
Probably the speeding ticket with the spiders and the birds and the blood. That one.
The speeding ticket with the spiders and the birds.
Yeah. When you live in southern Colorado where the test track is, twice a year the tarantulas migrate. And I was driving and the tarantulas were migrating, which is fine. I don't like to run them over. I try to avoid them. But the birds were eating them. And so these birds are flying down in front of my car. And one hit my windshield and like got stuck in the windshield wiper. And so I'm like, oh, I'll just do this and it'll go off. Well, all it did was like blood, like and just blood everywhere. So now I'm crying and I didn't realize I'm doing like 100 or something. I don't know. So I get pulled over right then. So the guy walks up to the car and I'm bawling and there's blood everywhere. And I'm like, the spiders, the birds, the blood. And he's like, ma'am, you just have a nice day and slow down. Does that count?
Oh yeah, that counts.
That's a great story.
Yeah. I'm kind of stuck back at the tarantulas are migrating.
Yeah, that was hard to get used to.
Yeah,
but I love them now. I mean, at first I was like driving down the road. I'm like, was that a spider? It was like the size of my hand. And my husband at the time was like, yeah, I forgot to tell you about the tarantulas.
Your husband was telling you that?
Yeah, because he's from Pueblo, and I didn't know, but they migrate in the spring and the fall when there's a thaw and the freeze,
Right.
And they go on a walkabout. They go on their walkabout is what we call it. And so there's so many males looking for the females. So they're all out wandering. So they just go on their walkabout.
Yeah, Bruce.
Yes.
I got to tell you, I did not see that coming.
I did not see that coming. It's a hell of a story. No, don't be sorry. That's good. That's a good one.
Yeah. I just didn't see it coming. That's all. Have you ever been on TV?
Yes.
Okay, give us a hint. You're probably on TV.
I'm on TV a lot.
Yeah.
With the probably the biggest one was when the Travel Channel did a special and the museum was on it. It was a RV Top 3 show, and they came and spent a day at the museum.
On
RV? So I was on the Travel RV Top 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is RV Top 3, where they pick out the top 3 places to see in Greeley?
Yeah, top 3 places to see in Colorado, and we were one of the 3, so that was cool. Yeah.
Excellent.
Holy mackerel, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I bet it was. Who's your best friend?
Probably my husband, Keith. I mean, or are you wanting something different?
Let me rephrase the question for you in case you didn't understand it. Who's your best friend?
Keith.
There you go. This will be an interesting one. What's your favorite zoo animal?
That's hard because I like too many. Probably penguins.
Penguins?
Yeah.
I'm not sure we've ever had penguins before, Bruce.
I don't think we've had penguins. I had lots of giraffes.
Yeah, a lot of giraffes.
But I don't think we've had penguins.
No.
Yeah, I've never had penguins. Do you prefer baseball or hockey?
Hockey.
There's
blood.
Well, we just heard a story where you were unhappy.
I'm crazy. We should know that right now.
If you could choose only one professional sports team to root for, would it be the Detroit Tigers or the Toronto Maple Leafs?
Oh, the Toronto Maple Leafs for sure.
Good answer. Wow, I love the way she answered that one. If you were here you go. This is the question you've been waiting for the whole time. If you were stranded on a desert island with just one person, would you prefer it to be with Bruce the moderately agitated mailboy or Lionel the evil overlord?
This is hard, except I'm going to have to say this. I'm going to have to go with Bruce because you totally destroyed Gilligan's Island for me today.
Well, there you go.
Apparently it wasn't that hard. It was
No. She thought for a bit and then spit that right out.
I'm still upset with you for that.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, it makes no sense. It makes no sense because it's a 3-hour cruise. So that means you're coming back after 3 hours. So you can only go so far in an hour and a half. An hour and a half out, hour and a half back. If they were only an hour and a half from the island, how could they possibly not have known that there was this massive storm that would blow them way off course? I just don't understand it.
Well, and not only that, but an hour and a half offshore, you can usually still see that island. You totally blew it for me when you... I lost all my believability. I'm just sad.
Yeah, well, and the other thing is in the opening where they're being blown out, the crew and its their ship and its fearless crew were lost. They show them at night trying to fight the sea. So it's like, what time did they leave on this cruise at 6:00 at night or something? Like, did they have proper lighting? The whole
They must
thing.
have forgot the zero.
That was just a terrible storm. It got real dark in the storm.
Oh, okay, all right. Anyway, that could be, yeah. You might struggle with this question, but I hope not. What's your favorite podcast?
A Modeler's Life.
Oh, there you go. Okay. This is a tough one, Bruce. So we have to. Okay, we're going to give you your score now.
Oh,
okay.
Scary.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got to do some ciphering.
Okay. Do you want me to go first?
I think I'm going to go first on this one, Bruce.
Okay. All right.
A lot of giggling.
Yeah.
Enjoyable, but a lot of speed talk too. And I'm not really a speed listener. So that kind of threw me off. And then there was the obvious, the admittance to large amounts of alcohol have been consumed. And she didn't, but I liked the answer where she said she was a fan of, Back to the Future and things like that from the 80s. So that's cool.
All the quality stuff there.
And her first model train she bought was N scale, and she bought it when she was 18 because it turned out she married a guy that was a model railroader, but then she tossed the guy aside like an old dish rag. And I was confused by the Rice Krispies story selection because it's just nothing but air, so it's not going to really be much of a weight. And we stumbled, of course. Then she questioned me on the validity of my N scale question, true or false. N scale question. We had I thought it was interesting that when she had to pick her most influential model railroader, she picked between Randy and Steve. She was like Steve hands down, and his brother Randy got. Apparently his brother Randy is now spending quality time with her former husband.
Not at all.
Let's see. Moving along here. Dogs or cats? She has a lot of dogs and cats. So that goes to credit. Favorite how she understood she can't use ketchup. Her beer can, when she was trying to claim she didn't drink, but her beer can was as big as she could possibly get. But she did say she would instantly grab her Modeler's Life t-shirt when going to sleep. I'm never happy when people don't even know who Bobby Goldsboro is. But then I really got stuck at the superhero thing because it seemed to me pretty simple. If you were a superhero, what would your powers be? That's all. Simple. But she had some interesting insights into why superheroes don't have pockets and they wear their underwear on the outside because they're wearing superoos or something. I don't know.
Underoos.
Underoos, yeah. She's been on TV, had a brush with the law because she ran over some tarantulas, because they were walking about. So overall, I thought I wasn't necessarily impressed with some of the answers. I thought the overall adventure, the overall journey was, it's that old saying, it's not the destination, it's the journey.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this journey to get to the end was interesting. Maybe not necessarily. Yeah, and that maybe let's just say interest. So at the end of the day, I threw out the high score, and I threw out several of the high scores and one of the lows, and I came up with 5.62 out of 100.
Oh, very generous.
Wow.
Very generous.
Yeah.
Very generous. Okay. Right out of the chute, she had trouble with the favorite railroad question.
Yeah.
And that kind of set the tone for the early portion of the questions. Scale, yeah, she kind of struggled with it. Not true or false, badgered the host, which is boy, there's a sizable deduction right there. Beer can, she determined she's an 8-ounce who identifies as a 16-ounce, so I guess we can't fault her on that. Nailed the t-shirt question. The quickest one who's ever nailed that one like that. Again, didn't understand the superhero thing and kind of stumbled and bumbled around till she finally came up with the lasso of truth and then changed her mind to super strength. Bonus for the law with the dead bird and the wiper spreading blood around while she's speeding to get away from tarantulas. Friend, she kind of questioned her friend and then decided it was her husband. Which was all right.
and
Zoo animal.
However, can I interrupt there? She was very she was very definite that he's merely the current husband.
Yes. Zoo animal, penguins, good choice. I like penguins. They're kind of cool. Hockey, baseball. You really can't go wrong with either of those, or the Tigers or Leafs. So no thing there. Island. Well, she chose me, so what can I say? Because you killed Gilligan's Island for her. So all in all, let's do the cipher and we take that out. Times 3, a gazinta. Whoa. This is one of my more generous scores. 4.372.
Wow.
Oh.
So I think that averages out to 5.1112. That's a pretty good score, Michelle.
That's a stellar score.
Yeah, it's a put you above.
You're way up there on the leaderboard.
Yeah, that puts you above average for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, you got to be proud of that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about you, Bruce, but I'm exhausted.
Yep.
Michelle,
the tinfoil hat, we'll assign that for you. You can take that home as a lovely parting gift.
Yep. You get to keep.
Sweet.
You get to keep the tinfoil hat.
Nice.
Do you have any more tarantula stories to tell us? I like the fact there too that she was going like 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, I was too. I was.
What kind of car were you driving?
I have a tarantula story. I'll tell you.
Okay.
So those same tarantulas. A friend of mine picked one up and put it in a terrarium, and we put a whole bunch of sticks and stuff in there. I was with her when she got him, and the next day when she got up, he had lined all the sticks up in straight lines, and he'd like organized his terrarium, and I didn't know that about spiders. So she messed him up again, and the next day his sticks were in a straight line. So there you go.
Wow. Okay. And did she have a name for this particular tarantula?
I think she named him Bob. She actually let him go after a few days, but she just wanted her kids to see one and kind of like learn a little bit about him. So. Yeah.
Well, everybody should have a tarantula.
I think so. It definitely got me over my fear of them. I still don't like spiders, but yeah.
So they're doing a walkabout. I'm going to write. You know what? I'm going to Google tarantula. How do you spell tarantula?
Tarantula. Spelling was my weakest subject, though, so that could be completely wrong.
Yeah, you're pretty close. It's pretty good. There's an AN in there we got to include. And then I'm going to put how do you spell Pueblo?
Pueblo.
All right.
Yeah, and look up like Pueblo tarantula migration.
There it is. Pueblo migration. All right, cool.
There you go. More than you ever wanted to know.
Troops of tarantulas. Arachnids become commonplace. Wow, look at that. Tarantula migration, Colorado. Mass tarantula migration.
I will tell you this. They traveled right across the Transportation Technology Center. They live all over that land. Yeah. And I remember I heard the story that when the Japanese guys were there, they were not happy about that, and they wouldn't walk on the land, so they had to drive them around in pickup trucks. Yeah, well, because they had never seen tarantulas. I mean, it wasn't. So.
Well, aren't tarantulas particularly dangerous?
These aren't. If they bite you, you'll get like a lump there, but they're not poisonous.
Oh, okay.
These kind aren't, so you don't have to be afraid of them.
All right. They're the non-poisonous tarantulas. Okay. All right. If you say so, I'll take your word for it. I'll be interested to meet your current husband someday.
She just disappeared.
Oh, did she?
She just disappeared.
Just like in a huff or something?
I don't know.
What did we do to her?
I don't know. Well, it was swell. So
I can pretty much tell you what happened. She got carried off by tarantulas.
Tarantulas got her. Yeah. They all swarmed and away they went.
Well, you could see that coming from a mile away.
Apparently she didn't.
Yeah, apparently not.
Well, it's only you and me. So.
Yeah.
Why don't I give out the email address and Michelle can write in and let us know what happened?
yeah.
So Michelle, if you're listening somewhere, email address is Modler's Life, Modler's with one L, modlerslife@gmail.com.
That's right. And we have a webpage if she ever gets a chance to get near a computer again, as she's being carted off across Colorado. It's amodelerslife.com. You go there. There's all kinds of cool stuff. And you're probably listening to this on our free channel. So click on the Patreon site and you'll get a lot more. You'll get a lot more for your $5 a month. You'll get 4 more podcasts and you'll get double your fun is what you get.
Yes.
Double your fun.
It's kind of like double mint gum. You're doubling your pleasure and doubling your fun.
Exactly. Well, I was going to have her take us through the exit, but seeing as how she's gone, I guess it's up to you, Bruce.
Okay. I've got it. I've got it.
All right. So remember, a Modeler's Life podcast is considered marginally adequate by 6 out of... Never mind, she's back.
Oh.
You guys are going to have to fail me on this because my phone died.
Somehow that doesn't surprise me.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
We thought the tarantulas got you.
Yeah, we thought sure you'd been carted off by tarantulas.
I think they probably could carry a human if they worked together.
I think they could too. Yeah, exactly. We pretty much figured you'd been carted off across Colorado by tarantulas.
And then the birds that were attacking them too. Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. I just barely made it back.
What size birds were these?
They were like, it was white though, so I don't really know what it was. Like the kind that you see at a lake.
Oh, gulls.
A gull. There you go. I'm like,
Maybe gulls of some sort.
You hit a gull?
Yes, I felt so bad.
That'd make a good whack on the car.
They were big white birds.
And so then you turned on the windshield wiper with this gigantic bird on it.
Well, I thought it would like flip off, but it didn't. The officer took it out of my windshield wiper for me too. He was very kind.
Oh, well, there you go.
So.
And did you know that if you put if it's the middle of winter and you put a bag of warm M&Ms on your windshield at the bottom of your windshield, you can get them to cool down considerably, but over 77 miles an hour they start to get an aerodynamic sense and they will fly off.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
this is true.
Yeah, seeing as how we're talking about.
I saw the experiment.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Michelle, we were just about to end. We gave out our email address. We gave out our website address, and we were just about to end, but until except you returned just in the nick of time.
Just in the nick of time to say goodbye.
Yeah,
so.
and there's at the end. Have you ever listened to the end?
I have. But...
Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see if you can do this blind. So at the end, you gotta. You'll understand. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
All right. So remember, a Modeler's Life podcast is considered marginally adequate by 6 out of 10
tarantula specialists.
Hi, I'm Ron of Ron's Trains and Things, and if you'd like to see more model railroad tips, tools, and techniques, then be sure and subscribe down below and click that little bell icon so you can catch future videos.
It's another Lincoln Homer.